I was in my car driving home from work here at WBTM 13 one day when I heard a woman on the radio who had called into a national talk show to weigh in on how gas prices were impacting her business in Birmingham, Alabama. A business catering to mostly older people who rely on her for transportation. That woman was Sherry Seawright.
Hey, Ms. Bowman, this is Sherry with Campton Transport. How are you today?
Sherry Seawright says her path to starting Campton Transport is not necessarily the blueprint for other entrepreneurs.
And so I always say that I'm not the example because I am a risk taker. Most people are not willing to do the things that I do, but I am the inspiration.
Her inspiration for starting this non-emergency medical transportation service came from years as a community health worker. Part of her job included helping patients get access to services.
It was very taxing and I guess morally taxing to tell people I had no ride for them to go to chemo. I had no ride for them to go to their follow-up appointments. And these were all seniors, people that don't drive, people that may have children but they live out of state. They might live 2-3 hours away.
It weighed on her so much, she began to do the research, finding that with an increasingly aging population, a lot of families are delaying medical care for weeks, simply because they don't have transportation.
And it's like 30 to 45 days because they have to get the appointment. They have to then ask someone to take off work. That person has to ask for permission to take off work. And then when you think about it, if you're taking off work or if you're late to work 2-3 times a week because you have to get your loved one to the doctor, that affects your pay. It affects, really your household. So it's a trickle-down effect.
And with that knowledge,
I quit my job. I took the leap. I quit my job and I started this business.
Raised in the nation's capital, she attended Benedict College in South Carolina before relocating here to Alabama. Now, from her office in Hoover, she does what women all over Central Alabama do every day: coordinate schedules for pickups and drop-offs. But the precious cargo isn't usually children. More likely, someone's mother or grandmother with a chronic illness or disease.
But any physical therapy, dialysis is really where we take a lot of people. We take people to dialysis 6 days a week. Yeah, so dialysis is mainly the main thing that we do. But anything non-emergency, like I said, dialysis, physical therapy. I even take people to work who have special needs.
The name of Sherry's business comes from combining the names of her son and her godson, her family, including a mother who is a social worker and a father in the ministry, a huge part of what drives her.
Yeah, I went to college, but I did not finish college. I went and I raised my son. He's 19 now. He's in college. I'm so proud. That's like my greatest accomplishment outside of Campton Transport. And my son is actually in school for business administration. And so the plan is that when he's done with that, then he will have a business already set up for him to run.
A legacy she says any woman is capable of leaving, as long as they focus on the rewards.
It gets hard. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It gets hard, but you can do it.